is it going? This is a little weird. Okay. So if you read my description, I said I'm going to be doing something different. And I really think it might be. Okay, I'm gonna go with this is working. I honestly have no clue. I know my face looks weird. It looks really fuzzy. I'm unsure if it's fuzzy. We're just gonna go with it. All right, my name is Lindsay. I'm with Perfectly Pastry. Who is Perfectly Pastry? We are a local bakery in St. Louis, Missouri, and we do wholesale baking. Plus, we have all kinds of resources for bakers and other baking entrepreneurs. We love to share all the tips and tricks of things that we have done so that you can go out there and successfully run your business. How is everybody doing today? So if you read the description or the title, or I don't really even know where I put it, I'm trying something new today. I am really sick and tired of the terrible audio that I had the last week and the week before. So this week I have decided to try it on my phone or on my laptop. The last time I did live on my laptop was 2 years ago. Like the first live I ever did, I did on my laptop, and like I set it up on this little desk, and I was very awkward. And so it was very like it doesn't flow very well. So I did on my phone from then on. Right, works great. I got this tripod. I do all of these things. And then the audio just recently has been terrible. So since 2 years ago, of course, Facebook has made several updates since then. So like I get on here to do a live on my computer, and it like takes me to this whole screen. By the way, I'm looking at the screen. It's kind of weird. It takes me like to this whole screen, and I've got to like put all this information in. And then, of course, it doesn't accept it in the Safari browser I was on. So then I'm like, okay, so I like go to Chrome to get it to work. And then I have no idea if I started it or not earlier, because like I kept hitting the button. It was like, we can't see you. And I was like, is it like just recording nothingness? Like, I have no idea what's going on. So then, then I came in here and I got the camera going, and then I was like, I don't know if this is working or not. And so unlike my phone that like pops up to let me know there are comments and stuff like that, on the computer there's like this little thing that shows me people are viewing it, so I'm gonna go with I'm live. And then there's like this spot that somebody made a comment, but I can't read it, so I guess I'll just check the comments after. What I do have to say is oh, I found them. Yes, I found the comments. All I had to do was scroll down. By the way, I probably should have done a little more research before choosing to hop on 10 minutes till and do it from my computer. I'm not gonna lie. So there's that. Yes. All right. So again, my name is Lindsay. I'm with Perfectly Pastry. If you are watching me live, because I figured out how to do this, drop me a heart. Let me know you're watching me live. If you're watching me on replay, my hair is okay. First of all, it's all mirrored, so like I can't figure out where my hair is sticking up at, and I keep going to the wrong spot. Anyway, so if you're watching me on replay, use hashtag replay. And then if this is the first time you ever watch me, use the number 1. Let me know this is the first time you watched me. I just want to promise that I don't always have technical difficulties. I'm not going to say I don't have technical difficulties, because let's be real, the last 2 weeks, audio has just been terrible. So usually I don't have such extreme technical difficulties, so whatever, it is what it is. How is everybody's week doing? My week is going well. I'm getting into the groove of my kids being in school and being at home and working and managing all of that. So that is working good for me. Last week, we rolled out the German chocolate cupcakes. Those went over well. You guys really enjoyed those. They did have alcohol in them, so they were infused with a little bit of alcohol just to enhance some of those flavors. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed those a lot. I want to remind everybody, Valentine's Day is coming up. January is almost over. It's at the end of this week. The last day of January is my daughter's birthday. And so we're going to be celebrating her birthday. So I am very aware of the fact that February is right around the corner. So if you're not aware of that, I just want to remind you, February is right around the corner, which means Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And so we want to suggest, instead of getting the same old things every year, such as flowers that, let's be real, don't always last, we want to offer you guys some tasty treats to give out instead. So we are going to have our chocolate covered strawberries again this year. We're going to have our miniature pies again this year, and we have strawberry and cherry. We have some heart cookies along with some candies, and we have these cute little containers that if you want to do a whole package, you can put them in these cute containers. And then we've also partnered with another St. Louis business, and she will do a handcrafted calligraphy card. So if you're not wanting to do just the same old boring card from the store, we can give you an all-in-one package where you can have the packaging, you can have your tasty treat, plus you can have a handcrafted card that you can deliver to your loved ones or to anybody that you want to impress for Valentine's Day. So if you're interested in that, go to our website and check out our holiday menu. You'll see at the very top, it's our Valentine's Day menu. You click on there and it gives you all the information that you are looking for. We will be sharing more pictures and details next week when we get a little closer to February. I didn't want you guys to be like, girl, you're crazy. January's not over. It's snowing outside. I heard all about your guys' snow. My sister and my niece have been Snapchatting with me and sending me pictures of the cold. Unlike earlier, my sister's like, it finally feels like winter here. And I was like, really? Because it's like winter here. And I like videotape outside, and it's a really sunny, pretty day today, and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm not right now. I changed for the live, yeah. So, but I was in shorts and t-shirt earlier, and like in my video, you can hear all the birds because they come from the north down to the south, and so we have lots of birds in the winter. And so you can hear them all chirping in that background, and I was like, see, it's such a lovely day. They didn't find that as funny as I did. So yes, those are the things that I'm going to talk with you guys today. Now, if you're on my live last week, I totally got sidetracked and I went longer than I typically do. I was going to tell you guys all about the things that I did to prepare for owning a bakery, right? And I did. I talked a lot last week. I really did. And then I got off my live and I started doing my things and I was like, I didn't talk about anything I was actually going to talk about. Like I made a list of things and I had some of them on my board and then I got like sidetracked and then I like forgot all the super important things that I was going to tell you about. So this week is kind of like a part 2 to that video. I want to finish talking about some of the things that I did and I learned along the way before we started our bakery business. Okay. Now, I have my phone here, so I'm going to be looking at it on my phone because I started to write it up as a blog post, and then I was going to record a video outside of my live, and then I was like, I'm just going to do it on my live. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of work to do it the other way. 2 things. One, two things. It doesn't matter because I forgot. Oh, I'm hoping my computer doesn't ding. I think I turned off all the notifications. Like, I get text messages and all kinds of things on my laptop and my phone. And so I think I got them to turn off right now. So fingers crossed. And to turn my phone on silent. So hopefully that doesn't start dinging. So those were just the 2 things I wanted to say. All right. So as I said last week, I had no business experience. I did not run a business. I had been office manager for some medical offices and things like that, but I have never ran a business. And my husband was like, you can't start a business because you don't know anything about running a business. And I was like, I'm going to do it anyways. And I was like, he's kind of right. So maybe I should figure out some things. So then I was like, what is the hardest thing for me to do? I did direct sales. That is super hard. All of you ladies in direct sales, that I commend you because that is a lot of work. A lot of work. But I learned some amazing things about myself. I learned some amazing things to grow as a person. Like I've been all about personal growth lately and those kind of things. And so I learned a lot about myself then. And then I learned a lot about business and not just the tactical stuff. I think last week I spoke more on like the tactical things. Like I learned to run email list and I learned to build catalogs and I learned to do a lot of things that I had never done before. But like I learned a lot of other things about business. So we're going to talk about them. Okay. I learned to take criticism. When you're in direct sales, a lot of people like to poo-poo on your parade. Yes. And I took a lot of slack from a lot of people, like making fun of me for doing it. And that was kind of hard. Like I didn't necessarily, there's like this hurdle of getting over talking about that you're in direct sales because there's such a negative around it. And like every time I said it, somebody would make fun of me and all of these things. And so I had to learn to get past the criticism and like, be like, let the haters hate. I don't care. So that was one thing. And that carries over to my business. People aren't always going to like you, and that's okay. If a customer doesn't like our product or doesn't like how we talk on Facebook or doesn't like, I don't know. I know that like we're a very personal brand. Not everybody is a personal brand. Some people just prefer a brand. They don't want to know the people necessarily behind it. That's fine. Like you do you, whatever you want, that is game for us. And so I learned a lot about accepting that, like a lot about accepting that. So the criticism, I learned to take criticism. I said this one last week, I learned to not take no personally. No doesn't mean no, I don't like you. No doesn't mean like there's anything wrong with me. I keep pointing at y'all, but it's actually me. Like there's nothing wrong with me. It's okay to say no. It's okay for somebody to say no. They have that right, and I have the right to like accept it and move on. Right? Right. So that was really something I learned, and it's really nice because when you're in business, you're gonna get a lot of no's. I do cold pitches for certain things in our business, and we get no's from those cold pitches, and that's okay. And I also learned like no doesn't always mean no, it just means not right at the moment. And that's cool too. Like there might be something down the road that they're like, oh no, we got to switch. We need to rethink what we're doing. And then they reach back out to us. The whole point is that I went over the hurdle and I got past that and I put myself out there, which was really hard when you take up email marketing. My husband and I, seriously, my hair is driving me bonkers. I like can't get over it. There we go. Okay, my husband and I were talking about that last night because it's one thing to assign somebody else to send an email. It's another when you put your heart and soul out there in words and then you have to hit send and then you have to just like sit and wait and like hope that it's well received on the other end. I email our email list for our business. So we send out weekly business information to other bakery businesses every single week. Sometimes it's tips. Sometimes it's like, here, this is a product we found and we love this thing. Sometimes it's like, hey, this is what we are doing in our business. Have you ever tried anything like that? Give us some of this feedback. So we email every single week out. And that's really hard. That's really hard to do because I'm putting my heart into those emails and then I'm putting it out to the world for criticism. And that was something that I learned to like just accept, and it's okay. I said this last week. I learned to treat people like people. I learned to talk to them and to sell, but without like selling, without pushing. Like I can network with you. I can talk to you about what we have. I can feel good about it without being like, here, buy this, buy this. You like this? You want this? How about this one? Like this one? Like I learned to just like talk to people and be friends with them and network with them and just be there. And I really do that a lot in on the blog part of it because that's what I handle. And so I like freely share information and I want to be as helpful as I can be. So when you reach back out to us, like we give you more information, like and sometimes that information may be like, here's what we do, here's what we sell, so that you don't have to do the back end of it. So it's not necessarily, I'm trying to help them solve their problem, but I'm also giving them the easier solution too, instead of being like, here, just buy this from me. Like I want them to be able to make those choices. So I learned to do a lot of that with them. I learned to build relationships with my customers. It's something that my husband and I have talked a lot about. When you're in direct sales, it's a lot of personal branding. People are purchasing because they like you. One of the things that I noticed about being in a small business is people choose to come to you over Walmart or any other box store because of what you provide. And what you provide may be your product. What you provide may be your customer service. What you provide may be knowledge that you're sharing. But there's more to you than like, coming in the door, buying my product and leaving. And so we've really taken what I kind of consider, I don't really know the marketing term for it because guys, I'm not in marketing, but like direct sales is very personal branding. And so we took a very personal branding approach to our business and it's worked well for us because then we can be very authentic. If you get an email from me, you're going to get a lot of like very authentic things from me. I say goofy things. I make goofy jokes. I make silly puns. Like I throw in emojis. Like that's how I talk. That's how I text. That's what you're getting from me. So what you see is what you see and that's what you get. Okay. Obviously my notifications, they didn't mute. So we're just going to pretend like they did. So that is something that I really learned is just being okay with sharing who I am, being okay with being who I am, and then letting it be who my customers see, and then they can decide if that's who they want to be part of. The other thing that I learned to do was, I'm trying to figure out if I can like figure out how to mute this so it's not constantly going off. Tenacity, not giving up. So when you're in direct sales, you work hard. Every month you like grind and grind and grind and grind and you hit those numbers and it's amazing. It's like, woohoo. And then you wake up the first day of the next month and you're back at ground zero and you got to start all over again. And you like push and push and push and push and push up that hill. You get there and it starts all over. And you're just like, I work hard every month to meet my numbers every single month. This is why I'm not in sales. I'm not gonna lie. All of you people who are in sales, you know what that is like. You wake up, you do it all over again, and it is like a constant uphill battle, but it teaches you to push through. It teaches you to hold faith and believe, like, if I want it, I'm going to make it happen. This is what I'm going to do to get there. It really was about like setting my goals, working towards those goals, and you need that in your business. Now, every month, obviously business starts over every single month. New bills are due, like every month we have these bills, things like that. But like, you carry over from one month to the other. You do good one month, that carries over into the next month and so forth. Well, like, it doesn't do that in direct sales. Like, you just start from square one every single time. And so direct sales really taught me how to persevere and work through that and keep my head up and keep going. And that has probably been one of the best things about doing what I did prior to starting our business. So that is kind of in a nutshell, like, why I did direct sales, and honestly, like, what I learned by doing direct sales, because I know that there's so much negative. It's like, why would you do that, la la la, but like, I couldn't believe how much I learned and how much it honestly prepared me to go into my business and not be afraid, not be ashamed, not feel weird, like, just to tackle it. And so, plus, I'm also lucky because I get to do it with my mom and my sister, and that means that I have an amazing supportive team behind me. My family is absolutely supportive. My husband is now supportive now that he knows, like, I put in the work, I put in the effort, and I'm ready for this to work. It's been great. So I thought I would share that with you guys this week. I have been jabbering on for a while, so I will go ahead and let you guys go. I'm really hoping that I can figure out, how to save this live after we're done here so that I can share this information out. So fingers crossed that this works when I hang out. And obviously I've got some comments, so obviously you guys were able to hear me and see me. And I will talk to you guys next week. I will move past what I've been talking about for the past 2 weeks, and we'll have something totally different to talk about next week. Otherwise, if you're watching my live, you should be liking us and following us on Facebook. We are at Perfectly Pastry Bakery on Facebook. All the other social media is Perfectly Pastry. And we'd love to see you guys on Facebook and all our other social media. If you're ever interested in chatting with us, hit us up on DMs. We are always in there chatting with everybody. And keep your eyes peeled because I am going to be sharing a video that my mom was part of. So we had somebody come in, do an interview, and create this wonderful video. I'm so excited about. So we'll be sharing that. My mom did an amazing job. So kudos to you, Mom. I know she was really nervous. She was like, I felt so weird. I was like, girl, you did great. I was like so excited. She was like, you're such a dork. I'm like, it is what it is. So, all right, you guys, you have a wonderful rest of the week, and cross your fingers that this somehow saves to my Facebook page like I wanted to. All right, bye, you guys.